real estate fans. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm Alice Lema. I'm a broker at General Scott Real Estate, beautiful Southern Oregon. And this week, we're going to talk about a surprising statistic. 54% of our local homes are selling in the first 30 days. You heard that right. But prices are down. So the market dynamics are shifting into more of a buyer's market, but not by very much. So buyers, don't get too excited, but hear me out. As interest rates stay high, we just had another report from the Federal Reserve Bank this week, and they're not going to lower the interest rates, so they're staying the course. But it's been long enough now. The sellers are finally adapting to the new reality, and they're dropping their prices or coming on the market at market price. So this week, the local houses are getting scooped up. They actually have been for a series of weeks, but it's been kind of quiet because there just aren't as many buyers. So this week, the local housing market is picking up some steam. So I want to show you a graph from our own local SOMLS, that's Southern Oregon Multiple Listing Service. And you can see that in the green section, 54.55% of the listings are getting sold in the first 30 days. Now, I found that kind of surprising because I'm out there every day in what we jokingly call the combat zone, and I'm taking a lot of listings. So the market's been kind of soft. It's been kind of slow. We just use different strategies. As sellers, we use different strategies as buyers in those kind of market conditions. But when I ran this report for the podcast, I was surprised because I just wanted to see what was the percentage of listings that go pending in the first 30 days, and it's over 50%. So that's a nice surprise. But let's explore the rest of this graph because as you can see, the rest of the listings just kind of languish between 1 and 3 months. And then it's right around the 4-month mark that another 30% or so are getting scooped up. So that's a very interesting phenomenon and something we'll track from time to time because there's all kinds of data in different kinds of market and they all have different levels of relevancy. And it depends on if you're a buyer, a seller, or an investor. But we'll add in these local charts from time to time because I think they can be pretty helpful. So one of the other things I wanted to point out is that year to date, so here we are early May. So for 2025 so far, the prices in Jackson County are averaging $486,000. So that's a little lower. They were even lower than that earlier in the year, but 486 for Jackson County. Josephine County is 437 year-to-date average, and Klamath County is 346. So nationally, there's something slightly different happening on the national level. The houses are selling on average in 50 days, like almost 2 months. And that's up from a couple of years ago. We've got a chart here from KCM. The source was realtor.com, but KCM put the chart together. And you can see that for 2025, our average days on market nationally are close to 2 months. During the pandemic years, they were 40 days on average. And actually in Southern Oregon, they were like 1 to 3 weeks. I don't know if you remember that, but it was wild. And nobody was supposed to be leaving their house, but we sold houses. That's a different podcast. And then pre-pandemic, they were closer, 56 and a half days. So quite a bit closer to 2 months. So the market nationally is settling. We're all going through the same thing at the same time. And it has to do with the government's ability to slow down the economy. And they do that through interest rates and some other things. And our home prices go up because of inflation. And we'd like to have a lower, steadier, repeatable kind of appreciation is what we call it. But when it spikes, we call it inflation. And that's what happened post-COVID, during COVID and post-COVID. So now the government's trying to claw back some of the inflation because it's just not good. It's just not good for our community, not good for our nation. But it has brought the prices down. So if we had this pre-COVID, this is COVID, now we're about here. So we still have all this, and we've talked about that in other podcasts. Now specifically, what do you do in this kind of environment? The market is slowed. It's probably going to have a little, drip of appreciation, a little sustainable increase, but it's probably going to be slow going for what I'm thinking is quite a handful of years. But I've been wrong before, not always big time wrong, but I love to make my predictions because I am willing to be wrong. But I think I'm going to be right on this one, that it's going to be a slower, more sustainable growth, and they're going to have a handle on inflation. So what do buyers and sellers do in this situation? So sellers, price your home correctly for the time and the market that we're in. If you're past the 30-day mark already, then check the neighborhood prices. You might be surprised to see two things. A, there have been closings in your neighborhood. They were just quiet. And B, they're a little lower than you might expect. So once you have that information, make the adjustments. If you don't have any closings in your neighborhood, then talk to your agent, figure out how much of a reduction you need to make and make it, and then see if you get any offers. But do something, and do something now. Otherwise, consider renting it out for 1 to 3 years just to have the market time to come back up. But I don't think it's going to come back up that much that fast. But for you, in your personal situation, you have to evaluate that. Whatever's best for you is what you do. Or take it off the market completely. Take it off the market. Don't sell it. Just give it again 1 to 3 years and kind of see where you're at. Okay. So that's the advice to sellers. Buyers, different warning here. Write stronger offers, because the market could very well be changing right this second. We have more than half the listings going pending. We have a smattering of multiple offer situations, kind of catching people by surprise. It's not everywhere. It's not a lot of multiple offers, but there are some sellers that are realizing that one of the ways to drive the price up is to bring the price down or go on the market at a lower price and then organically drive the price up with multiple offers. So a lot of buyers don't want to jump into that, but you might have to. If it's really the right house for you and it's at a price point where you have room to go up, then you probably should play that game. I know it's not fun. I know, been there, but consider that. And if there's not multiple offers already, write a strong offer so that you can get the house off the market. That's the goal right now, buyers, is get the house off the market. And the really cherry houses in the good price ranges don't come up that often and not get a bunch of offers right now. So that's kind of where we're at. We're kind of coming out of the doldrums, and the market is picking up some steam. And we're talking about local here right now. Locally, that's what's happening. So just be prepared. You might have to adjust your mindset, buyers, because we all got kind of used to the low and slow, I call it, the low and slow market. And we don't know how much longer that's going to be. So write stronger offers from the get-go. And as always, call me, text me. I want to be your agent. I am a great buyer's agent. I'm a great listing agent. And I work with a lot of investors because I am one. So investors, that's something else we should talk about. This is a great time to buy more rentals. but maybe we'll do another podcast on that. So either way, give me a call, give me a text. My number is 541-301-7980, 541-301-7980. If you're relocating into the area, I'm fabulous at helping with that. That's how I did it. If you're relocating out of the area, we can help you with that as well. We have some downsizers happening right now, people taking their moms and dads back to another part of the country so they can better care for them. And we're handling everything there is to handle at their residences, their former residences here in Southern Oregon. So keep us in mind and give us a call. We'll see you next time. Bye, folks.